This mix is just like a masterclass in panning and using it to grab people's attention. It's incredible. What's up, YouTube? I'm Joel Wanasek, co-founder of nailthemix.com, the coolest place to learn how to mix rock and metal music on the internet, and I'm a pro mixer. Today, I'm gonna react to and break down Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine, mixed by Andy Wallace. Let's have a listen to this song. This is already such a cool mix. Normally you would expect to hear a part like this double tracked in the guitar, right? You'd have like the guitar, one guitar performance right, one guitar performance left. Like that's just how they do it in rock, you know? But here we actually have a distorted sounding bass on the left side of the speaker and the guitar on the right. Listen to that. And it's crazy because it's like the bass is just as distorted as the guitar, which is pretty normal in rock music. But going back when this came out, I want to say what, 96? It wasn't as common. Okay, let's talk about these drums. So this definitely sounds to me like an SSL 4000 console. That's definitely the sound. I don't hear the use of samples unless Andy Wallace, which is usually what he's doing, is putting on some sort of room sample to augment it. But the kick is natural, the snare is natural. Listen. All right, we'll come back to drums. Let's hit this guitar. What an iconic guitar sound right here. I mean, this is like no one's guitar sounded like this when this came out. It's a cool break, you know, it gets your attention. It comes in rocking, you get the guitar and the bass split pan left and right, and then all of a sudden it just drops to a guitar on the right with a wah. Bass comes in super distorted. Now listen to the guitar. So now the guitar is doubled, but the bass top end is still on the left. Like, what? Talk about an attention grabber. Brilliant mixing. Definitely using board compression and EQ on the kick and snare. That's live, meaning that it's not fully sample replaced, which is cool. Listen to the attack of the kick. You can hear the dynamic and you can hear the gate if you listen on really, really good speakers. And I have an advantage here. I've got some really awesome Amphion monitors in front of me, but if you're listening on good headphones or a really nice hi-fi system, you can hear the gate open and close on the snare drum. There's just a little bit of like a psh on the, just listen to the hi-hat, and when the snare hits, there's like a little bit of tail. You can hear the gate close. It almost makes an accent in the groove. That's sick. All right, listen to the vocals. They're super lo-fi. They're a little rolled off. They have a little bit of just like slight subtle clipping kind of distortion. Again, maybe they clip the mic pre going in or something like that, or clip some compressor, but it's definitely a vibe. It's cool. Yeah, you can hear it distort on certain notes. Okay, the whole bass mix just changed. This is a tough mix because there's a lot of stuff going on. The bass guitar sound just changed. Listen to the bass. Non-distorted, a lot of treble boosted in like the upper mids, we'll call it like 1 to 3K. It's got, a lot of top end to it. Kick is super blasted on the bottom end. So the kick is giving it all the oomph and all the energy, and the bass is just locking it down like the upper bass part all the way through the middle. And the guitar is still panned right. There's definitely something on the top end of the bass. Having seen Andy Wallace mix, I know that sometimes he likes to use a bit of a chorus on the top. So the bass has a bit of a stereo effect. It's subtle, but you can really hear it poking out on the left side. Can we talk about these cymbals here for a second? Oh, wow. So, in the modern day, we've got all these tools like Soothe and all this fancy stuff. And listen to how smooth these cymbals are. Just listen very carefully to how smooth they are. There's not a harsh frequency in them. And the thing to note why that's impressive is because on an SSL EQ, if you wanted more than 4 bands, you had to run one channel into another channel. And if you needed more, you had to go run it into another channel. So you had to cascade channels. And the SSL EQ really isn't that surgical of a tool compared to some of the things we have, especially like with these auto dynamic correcting tools like Soothe and stuff like that. So listen to these cymbals. And that, my friends, is the power of analog distortion building up over a lot of elements. Okay, so if you think about it, One thing I've noticed when I've mixed over a decade digitally and a decade analog, and now I have a console sitting in front of me, which you can't see right now. One thing I noticed is when I switched to a console, there's a lot more distortion happening in the equipment and, using some good analog EQs and stuff like that. And what happens is a lot of times where if I was mixing in a computer, I might have like 4, 5, 6 EQs. I might be using something in my cymbals like an auto correct EQ correction like Drum 4 Clarify plugin or Soothe or something like that, right? And you don't need any of that stuff when you've got that much analog distortion because it kind of just smooths all that stuff out and gets all the nasty little frequencies. And these cymbals are just like smooth as butter. It's incredible how good they sound. He's got that ride spot mic jacked. You can really hear it kind of poking out of the overhead image. It's really loud and attention grabbing. You can hear the panning on it. You can definitely hear the kick drum automate up. Either the drummer's playing it harder, which he probably is, but you can also hear the kick drum really just on those hits, just pop in an automation move. It sounds like it just jumps out of the speaker on the downbeat, and it's awesome. What a great mix. With a pocket full of shells. I really like the lo-fi kind of slightly distorted clip vibe they keep going through the song. Again, as a mixer, you're sitting there working on a song, trying to convey the emotion of it, trying to convey the energy, trying to get people's attention as a listener. If this is on the radio or a streaming platform and you're going through a playlist and something like this comes on, it's going to catch your attention because there's so many things that are different. You've got things panned in positions you normally wouldn't hear them. Brilliantly produced, brilliantly mixed. Like, obviously, it's pretty clear why the song was such a smash. I mean, obviously it's a great song, but the way it sounds, the way it's mixed, like it gets your attention the first time you hear it. It keeps your attention. What a mix. Wow. So that's my breakdown of Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. If you want to learn how to mix rock and metal music, please check out nailthemix.com. Please click like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. And in the comments, let me know what you think of this mix. And of course, if you have any other mixes you want me to react to, drop them below. I'll try to get to them. We'll line them up and we will knock them down. Thank you so much for watching.